Good evening and welcome to the Hall of Fame right here at the Sun City Casino in the Northwest Province. And it's the first night of the Sunbet Poker Tour. We have two events on the go already. We have the Super High Roller, 2 million guaranteed, and of course the 7,000 Rand freeze out. And I'm so honored this evening to sit with our new ambassador and special guest. Please welcome to the show, Jay Something.
Thank you so much. And the winner of that 2 million Rand, just in case I'm predicting the future a little bit.
So Jay's an absolute novice at poker, and we're going to get onto that just now and have this conversation with him. But the first thing I want to do is just chat to Jay about his roots. It's so interesting that Jay moved to South Africa when he was 7 years old, and he came because his parents were actually employed by Sun International at the Fish River Sun. Jay, I'm going to just hand over to you, and you just tell us a little bit about that experience and that journey.
Yeah, for me, every time I come to Sun City, Mark, I always get a little bit overwhelmed just thinking back to the fact that my dad was walking here, and my mom as well. And I came to South Africa when I was 7. My dad got a position at Fish River Sun, and I came here as a lighty, man. I didn't know how to speak English, never mind CASA, never mind Afrikaans or anything. And I remember it so clearly. We lived in the staff village, and ever since then, Sun International has always been a very close part of my family. I've always felt like it was family. So since then, I've just been growing up here and being molded by the African soil, and I've been loving every second.
Absolutely, and we can see that in your music. Obviously, your music is very African orientated, and your band CASA started in 2011. You came to Sun City, Super Bowl 2012, won your first award. And tell us, your mom opened the Super Bowl?
So much. When I'm here, I could tell you a whole story about this place. My dad ran the food and beverage at the Cascades before I was born. My mom opened the Super Bowl and did Sol Kersner's birthday. She used to do PR at the Cascades. And then fast forward, and I dreamt of doing music since I can remember, and then we started this band called CASA, and we recorded our first song ever. It was called These Streets. And we released it, and it became Record of the Year. And we won those awards right here in the Super Bowl. I'll never forget it. It was one of the craziest nights of my life, no doubt. It was a movie on its own.
Absolutely, Jay. And, the synergy between yourself and Sun International just go back so far, which is amazing. And obviously so pleased to have you on board going forward with this stuff. And tell us something a little bit about your name. This is what intrigues me, Jay Something. Now, I went into your history. I've checked it out. You got a proper Portuguese name, João de Fonseca. Is that right?
Well, if you want to know, my full name is João Carlos Lissa Botelho da Fonseca, which is why I decided to call it Jay Something, because I was tired of explaining to people that my name is João. Not a lot of people could pronounce it, so I gave up Jay whatever, Jay Something.
Jay whatever. Yeah, that is so cool, Jay. So I'm going to jump around a little bit in this interview and just discuss a couple of things with you. Let's talk about cooking, your love, because I know that you're very passionate about that. I feel that there's more passion in that than maybe the music.
No, hell no. Music above everything else. Food was a passion. It's been a passion of mine since I can remember. I think it came a lot from my parents. My dad did food and beverage for many different Sun International properties. And my mom owned a restaurant for 18 years. So I grew up in, I guess, understanding the importance of good produce, good service, understanding why people cook. We cook because we serve and we love people. That's why we do it, and because we want to eat nice food. Yeah. And my food, call it career, started so innocently because I decided that I needed a break from music and I wanted to start a new hobby. And it wasn't poker, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd be super confident being here. But it was cooking. And I started cooking at home, and then I posted it on Instagram the first time, and people were like, "Oh my God, he's a chef!" And I'm like, "No, I'm not a chef." And one thing just led to another, and that's why I say my food belongs to the people that have supported me. They're the ones that made me believe that I could dream that big. Now it's been a cookbook. It then became a TV show. It then became on the front door of a restaurant at a Sun International property at Times Square in Pretoria. So again, I'm always so overwhelmed and so thankful for moments like these where I can be. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, so every time I'm with Sun International, I always feel like he's close,
Oh, that's so amazing. And tell me about your mom's restaurant. I'm guessing this was a nice Portuguese restaurant?
She never claimed it to be. She claimed it to be a fine dine restaurant. It was very far from fine dine, but I think it was fine cooking from the heart. I think that's what she meant. And it was a mixture of things. Yeah, she had Portuguese elements, but she had a mixture of, it was very bistro. It was more bistro type.
Oh, so we're not going for Portuguese chicken and fried prawns and...
Frank piri piri must always be on the menu,
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love Portuguese food. It's definitely in my top 3.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so tasty. Yeah. I mean, I love cooking myself, and as you can see, I love eating. So that's amazing. So, Jay, tell us a little bit about your very, very brand new poker career.
It's so weird, man. Like, my cousin, who also happens to be my manager and in my team, he loves poker, and he always goes for these poker nights. And I'm always like, dude, I don't know anything about it. And I've always just been a person that likes to have fun. And you know, we live such busy lives and we live such intense lives that today was all about me coming here and just having fun. And I think that for me has been the eye opener. It's actually a lot of fun. It's not that serious. It's not that intimidating once you get the basics. And it's just about sitting around the table with some people and, you know, having fun.
Absolutely, and you've got a long career now in poker because for those of you that don't know, Jay is now the Sunbet Tour official ambassador and he's on with us for the long haul. And Jay, you've agreed to be our host to Las Vegas in 2023 to the World Series of Poker.
Oh, hell yeah, man. We're going to invite Drake. We're all going to be there. Las Vegas, we're coming, baby.
And absolutely, what happens in Vegas, going to stay in Vegas, I guess? So while I'm talking about that, for those folk that don't know, the Sunbet Poker Tour has a leaderboard. It's powered by the GPI and the Hendon Mob, and players that end up in the top 10 over the next 6 events on that leaderboard will win a trip to Las Vegas, the World Series of Poker. All of them getting an opportunity, or the top 3 getting an opportunity to actually play in the main event, and other players will get flights, accommodation, and a decent amount of money to contribute towards the $10,000 main event, which is obviously very, very life-changing for anyone. Most people that win main events win anything between $8 and $10 million. So it's just an absolutely...
That's me. Yeah, you better stay close, you know, because, hey, I'm coming.
And, you know, these are wonderful opportunities for players. You know, later in the week, we're getting joined by a very, very famous World Series of Poker player, Ray Rami, who's a South African who qualified by virtue of All Africa Poker, won himself a ticket and ended up 3rd in 2007 in the World Series of Poker, picking himself up about $3.5 million. And Ray will be joining us later in the week, and we'll get through it and interview him. And we've got some cool clips about him. So, Joe, we're hoping to create a story with you as a ranked beginner and novice to something great going forward.
Definitely, man. I just want to have fun, you know. Life, they say that you only live once, and I don't believe in that. I think we only die once. We live all the time. So I'm here to live. Every opportunity we get, let's just live it. So if it's playing poker, let's just have fun. I love it.
That's awesome, and I just love your pitch on life, Jay. You just got so much energy. You got such a positive outlook, and you know, people watching the show should learn from that. I certainly am, because I'm a liver and I love life, but I can see that you live it extra special, and it's something to follow. Absolutely.
I always say that, like, for me, the greatest resource that I believe we have is time, you know, and I think that we let it slip through our fingers all the time. And all I want to try and do is just hold that time with everything that I have, as you know, as much as possible. So I'm present, I'm ready to win.
Absolutely. And Jay will be on the TV table a little bit later, and he'll send out a link to all his followers, and people will be able to watch him play live and watch him learn as he proceeds. He'll obviously make some mistakes, but that's cool. That's just life, right? We can't get going forward.
That's it. That's how we learn. You know, I'm excited.
Absolutely. So, Jay, I'm going to end this off with getting you to just give us a little tune here. Kenny Rogers, the gambler.
I forgot it now. You guys are going to have to help me out with the melody again. Yeah, but I don't know. No, you got a bone, You know what? On the next interview, I will learn the song and I'll actually do it with my guitar. How about that? You know?
Yeah, that's amazing. Right, we're going to hold you to that. Next time you're going to do the acoustic version of that.
That's
Absolutely. So we're gonna wrap it up, Jay. Thanks so much for joining us, and you'll be here with us a few more times this week. So
thank you. I'm honored to be a part of the team, a part of the family, and I'm just having so much fun. And I think that's the one thing that I want to put out there, is that, you know what, you can have fun, and you should be having fun, and you can have fun playing poker.
Thanks so much, Jay. And that's going to conclude this interview. Players and people around the country that are watching the stream, come down to Sun City. It's going to be a host of poker this week.